On this
But of
episode
all
of
the
Candid
things that you guys are
Convos,
saying black men have improved, there is one area where black men still need more improvement, and that's leadership.
Most of these women out here are disrespectful, mean, argumentative. I'm not leading that.
Nah, I understand, right? We're not going to be disingenuous, right? Yes, black men, you know, have played a major part. I would say they was the first one to let the community down, you know. But also at the same time, black men have and are improving. But our counterpart, our sisters, they don't seem to be improving in most of the metrics out here, you know. So I don't understand how there can be more black women than black men. More black women have kids out of wedlock than men. Yet more black men are married than black women. How? I'll just leave that there for now.
Okay, ain't no problem. Go let that marinate for a minute.
Amen, Jared. Amen.
It's a valid point. I know some stats around that out there. Joe, you want to say anything, man, before we get into this?
Yeah, first thing I noticed, which every man here has noticed, she's talking all this big game with her titties hanging out.
I was dead. I mean, I couldn't even look away. And I'm a woman, a whole woman, and I like bat and balls, but I could not look away. I was so distracted. I'm sitting up here listening to this woman go, "Oh my God!"
I can't take your message seriously.
All she got to do is move a certain way, and baby, they popping out of that thing,
bouncing and I'm like, what man? And you looking at it, so
is she crying boo-hoo tears about what men are doing?
But yet she's based on her dating history. She's clearly dressed this way because she wants a man like Cam, even though she's also simultaneously speaking about men like him. So she's contradicting herself, her words with her actions. You don't dress that way around a man, because when a woman is dressed like that around me, I know she's interested in something. And it's not about my morality or my character or, me having a stable black home. She wants that one thing. She wants something. And it's not this family that she's preaching about. I don't know if she has any kids or not, but let's just say she represents a lot of the single black female households. She is a representation of that. And now it's starting to spread into other cultures too. But it really started, well, I don't know if it started in the black family household, but I don't know how or why it started. Maybe the sexual revolution. I don't know. Don't care. All I know is that she contradicted everything she was saying. And all you had to do was just take one look at her and say, well, if you was really serious about what you were saying and you standing on that, then you would dress the part, even if you was faking that. Like, let me think that you actually believe what you're saying. Like, you can dress the part and still be a thought, still like want to stick. That's cool. But now you're making it obvious that you're not trying to hide who you really are.
Joe, something that you said about you're not sure, just looking at the circumstances, you're not sure if men were the sole, or I would say, how did you say it? You don't know if men are necessarily the main reason or were first to walk away or were first. I would say that I think that the reason why I will put a heavier weight on men is simply because of that hierarchy and of the fact that you guys are the leaders. You're not only supposed to be the leaders in the community, but spiritually, you are our covering, both physically and spiritually. You are our covering. So when you are not in your position, you can see what happens. I mean, you guys are seeing what's happening, right? So we can say, oh, women. But of all the things that you guys are saying black men have improved, there is one area where black men still need more improvement, and that's leadership. And if y'all don't think that black men need improvement in this area of leadership, then you're not paying attention. You're not. Because you always want to talk about the minority of men. But if we're talking about black men, like the stat that Beatboxer just gave us, if we're saying that black men are still marrying and there's a larger that there are more black men married than black women. Those black men are more of them are married to black women. They're married to black women. So there is still, I will say this, I've said this before, I'll say this again. There is still this population of black women that are standing at the helm, ready to be led, ready to follow, ready to support. The problem is a lot of black men are hyper focused and hyper fixated on the black women who are loud, ignorant, and wrong. And because you're hyper fixated on her, the minority, her, you're hyper fixated on her, loud, ignorant, and wrong. Because see, we keep talking about these stats, but what the stats don't tell us is if black men are married more than black women, right? Then we have to count one, those women that they're married to. The majority of them are married to black women. So they're in 2-parent homes raising kids. See, we're not those kids. There's girls mixed up in those numbers. They're being raised by 2 parents. Something that y'all love touting is that's the cure, right? A 2-parent home. We cannot ignore the generations that are coming after us. We keep hyper fixating on the women that are loud, ignorant, and wrong. Meanwhile, where is the leadership for the women that are coming after? Where is the leadership? Who's going to lead my daughter if I have a daughter? Who's going to lead her?
I do agree with you on that, Coco. I think
who's going to lead her? I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're so fixated on what women aren't doing. I just want to make sure that while y'all said y'all improving, that y'all improving on the most important thing that we need men for, and that's leadership. And if you're not improving in that area, then y'all waiting for the girls to come back. These women that y'all talking about, remember, we already said it's over for them. It's over for them, right? They're done. So what do we do about the others?
It's over for them too.
We just leave them kind of out there.
It's over for them too.
I don't.
Question, because this was about leadership, and this was about a very specific point that I made, and the point that I made was men are talking a lot about they're waiting for women to come to the table, they're waiting for women to turn around, they're waiting for women to work on these things, and I said, and I'm gonna stand on this because men cannot put themselves in this position where they're saying that they're working on these things and they're getting themselves together. I said, and I'm going to ask it again. Do you feel like in general, because we could talk about the people that's loud and wrong, because there's a lot of loud, wrong, ignorant men on this internet too. A lot of them. And some of them have platforms, very big ones. So while we want to talk about the women that's getting on here and they got Sexy Red for idol and they got Cardi B for idol, we can talk about the dudes that's getting on here. And they got some of these clowns with microphones as their idols and their mentors.
But those are
I'm
not.
Gonna say it again.
I agree with you. I agree.
I'm gonna say it again.
I agree with you. We need to work on leadership. I definitely believe that there needs to be a process for men to put your head down and grind and get yourself together. Yes, I do believe that.
Because my point is this. Is I feel like we're forgetting about the ones who would benefit from leadership, who are looking for leadership, who desire leadership, who need leadership. I feel like there's this gap because we are hyper fixated on the ones who are not interested. They have no plans of coming back inside. They're not interested. We've already established that it's over for them. So as men,
the majority is
over.
But women are being born every day.
Yeah, the majority of them is over.
Every day.
The majority of them is over.
Men are being born every day. We're not talking about the 40-year-old five baby daddies.
It's over for those 16-year-old girls too. It's over for them too. It's over. It is over. I'm sorry. We got to be honest. It's over for most of these women out here are disrespectful, mean, argumentative. I'm not leading that. You got me messed up. I'm not going to be.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price holding it down for Candid Combos. Man, if you enjoyed this video, man, go check out this next one.